From Worst to First. A former football coach turns author, and he's here with us this morning. His book, of course, we'll talk about. B.J. Lauder is with us. And B.J., welcome, Coach. Can we still call you Coach?
Absolutely. I love it when people call me
I think if
coach.
you're ever
Once
a
a
coach,
coach,
you're always
always.
called a coach.
Always a coach.
Yeah.
Always a coach. Well, let's talk about your new book, because we had you on a couple months ago when we were in Spartanburg, talking about the other one, and now you've been busy and came out with another one.
That's right. It's what you do during COVID. You write books.
Right, books.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, talk about this one, Worst to First.
Worst to first. My last 4 years in public education, I was the principal at the school that I went to when I was a child, Bruce Drysdale Elementary School. It's right across the street from Hendersonville High, where I was the head football coach forever. And they asked me to come in and take the school over, and it was not like it was in the 70s when I was a kid. It was deemed low performing by the state of North Carolina. It was last or almost last in every growth category. The physical plant was filthy, teacher morale was low, turnover was high, and it was just not a good place.
Seems like a dream job.
I know. And I prayed about it, talked to my family about it, decided to take the job, and the first day of school I went home and I cried and I said, God, you messed up. This is not where I'm supposed to be. But it ended up being the most fulfilling thing I've ever
But
done.
a coach loves challenges, so you took great leadership qualities that you had as a coach and walked across the street.
Absolutely, and that's what the book's about. We went, in 2 years, we went from last or almost last in every growth category to number one in every category ranked out of 13 elementary schools.
Wow.
And this book just talks about the process, the culture building, the leadership that took place to get that school literally from worst to first.
Gosh, who would enjoy this book? I know a lot of coaches. I mean, that's a no-brainer. But, who else?
A lot of principals might
Well,
like it.
Yeah.
anybody in school that works in school would love it. Principals, administrators, teachers, but anybody that likes a good story about an underdog, redemption story, something about, that would be a good movie. Because literally when I first got there, there were bugs and hair and insects waxed into the floor, hadn't been painted. It was just in physical disrepair. The parking lot, I had to get my truck realigned every week.
So it wasn't
my
like
gosh.
that when you were there.
No, when I was there in the 70s, it was just an amazing place, and that's the passion I had, was to go in there, and I wanted to turn that place around and get it back like it was how I remembered it.
Well, what's because that can be an overwhelming task. You're looking, you're like, everything is busted. What's kind of like some of the first things you did?
Well, the first thing I did was went there and got rid of every committee. I think there was a committee if you had to use the bathroom. So there's a chapter in there, it literally says they. It talks about the principal is they.
Well, they make
Yeah.
good government employees. Send them to DC.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. But we cleaned the place up, first of all, and we did things to build student and parent morale and teacher morale. And on the front of the book, you see there's a picture of, that's a gold chain.
Yeah.
We copied the Miami Hurricanes. That was a
Yeah.
positive office referral, and the kids got to wear that gold chain if they got an office
They
referral.
didn't get a
to something.
turnover, they
That's
got it,
right.
yeah.
And they got to wear it all day, and it got to where the kids then started wanting to nominate their teachers. So we had students and teachers trying to find the best in each other every day, and it created this wonderful environment where people wanted to come.
Isn't that amazing?
What
to
part
see?
of your enthusiasm really came from being a coach as opposed to an educator? I mean, the coaching had to play a big role in this.
We built a team at Bruce
Oh, okay.
Drysdale.
Yeah.
My second year, we had 2 teachers leave. One retired for good, and one was on maternity leave. Before that, half the staff was turning over every year.
That's crazy. Listen, BJ
Amazing.
does so much with FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. He's a motivational speaker. You can hire him to come speak at one of your events. Should they just go to your website? Is that the best
Just
way to?
go to bjlauder.com. You can buy either book I've written. You can hire me to speak.
Yeah.
It's just, that's the easiest way to get in touch with me.
And can we buy this on Amazon, or it's just through
On
your
Amazon,
website?
you can go to Amazon, type in Worst to First or the Athlete's Challenge,
Thanks.
or go to my website, and it takes you to a link to either book.
Thank you,
Coach,
BJ.
thanks.
We
Thank you,
appreciate
guys.
it.
Appreciate